Before we begin today's video, would you do me a favor and check out my very first Indiegogo campaign? It's Achromatic Chronicles Blue. What is it, Jay? It's a graphic novel with over 200 pages of adventure, mystery, a compelling story that's suitable for all ages. You can check out the different tiers. Check it out today. It's in the pinned comment and the top of the description. Now on to the video. Well, I have been tagged in this article on social media and people have sent emails wanting to know, Jay, do you know, is Gina Carano returning to Star Wars? You know her, Jay. You know her. Tell us. We need to know. And I'm like, first of all, I appreciate the passion. I appreciate that so many of you out there just want to know. They want to know. They're like, is she coming back? We want her to come back. We need to see Cara Dune back on The Mandalorian. And for those that clicked on this video wanting to know if I've got some kind of inside scoop, I'm so sorry to disappoint you. I don't know anything. I don't know if she's coming back. I don't know if they've contacted her. I don't know anything. So you can click off the video now because I got nothing. I've said this multiple times that me and Gina don't talk Star Wars. We just don't. I kind of just made it a rule, and that's it. We just don't bring it up. I never mention it. Never mention it to me, and we just go on about our lives. So there's that. But I do find it interesting that on the eve of Mandalorian comes out tomorrow, season 3, that the talk of the town is Cara Dune and Gina Carano. That's it. No hype on anything else. Haven't really seen anything trending except for the paid promotion. But no, articles are coming out about Cara Dune. Quite telling. They just can't move on, can they? That's the only hype that they can get, is if they bring up controversial Gina Carano. But I did say this on a live stream because everyone kept asking, and again, I appreciate the passion and the love that so many of you have shown to Gina. They're like, Jay, what do you think is going to happen? And I said on a live, I said, one of 3 things will happen. Number 1, they'll just kill her off and be done with it and move on. Number 2, they will recast her and bring in somebody else to play Cara Dune. Or number 3, they just will briefly mention it and kind of put that character off, you know, to the side and figure out what they're going to do with it later. So it appears that that's what they're going to do. Cara Dune will remain alive. In The Mandalorian, showrunners confirm. Yeah, so they were asked a question. Dave Filoni, good old Dave Filoni, was asked about Gina Carano and Cara Dune. Speaking to Deadline, executive producer Rick, I can't pronounce his last name, stated that the character will remain alive in the Star Wars galaxy. Cara was a big part and continues as a character to be part of the world, he said. It had to be addressed in the creative, and Jon Favreau took the time to think about that. Oh, they sat around and they thought about it. It was something that was discussed, and we knew it was going to have an impact on the show. But at the same time, what has been at the heart of the show are the 2 characters. So basically, like, don't worry about Cara Dune. Think about the heart of the show, which is Din and Grogu. Okay, everyone? That's the heart of the show, not Cara Dune. Din and Grogu. So they're basically deflecting and giving us a big nothing burger. They go on to say this. Dave Filoni says the series is simply moving in a direction that takes the story away from whatever Cara Dune is up to. It's a big galaxy, and we have many characters in it. Many characters are fighting for their screen time, he says. We'll just have to see as the season unfolds what the adventures are. It's just a big nothing deflection burger. We don't know what to say. We don't want to say anything because we know whatever we say, it's going to be blasted all over the place. So we just won't say anything. It's a big universe out there, everyone. Cara's probably out doing some really good stuff. And we'll see if we get back to her later on down the road. That's all he says here. That's it. It's nothing. It's funny to me that on the eve of Mandalorian, that Gina Carano, you know, is the talk of the town. They just want to know. That's the big hype for Mandalorian 3, is Cara Dune returning. That's pretty sad. That's where we are with Star Wars. And of course, the article mentions her controversial social media as to why she was fired from Disney. It wasn't controversial. Oh my lord. She put beep bop boop in her profile. She began to ask questions. Yes, and that's why she got fired. No, she got fired because she wouldn't bend the knee, because she didn't comply, because she's like, what's wrong with being a human being and asking questions about things that are going on in this world and some of the comparisons that have happened in the past? Like, what was wrong with that? Oh, but no, you can't do that with Lucasfilm. We don't want those people around. And I find it funny because as soon as she was fired, and it's all documented here on this channel, if you want to go to the playlist, the Gina Carano playlist, it's quite funny because as soon as she was fired, people came out of the woodwork and just said, oh, she's such a horrible person. She's terrible. She's the worst. Cara Dune is the worst character. Nobody cared about that character. It wasn't a fan favorite. It wasn't nothing. Lucasfilm employees came out and trashed her. They did all kinds of stuff to try to muddy up her name. And it's also like these Star Wars channels. Before she was fired, because these people wanted to stay in the good graces of Lucasfilm. Yeah, that's always a good place to be. They were praising the character of Cara Dune. They were saying how great Gina Carano was. But you could just go on to channels now, and after she was fired, they say things like, she's a horrible person. She's the worst person. I'm glad Disney got rid of her because she's that bad. Yeah, that's what they do. It's such a sickness to see them play right into the hands of Lucasfilm because they don't want to lose whatever they got from them. You know, they got to play along because they don't want to be talked about. They don't want to be outed. They don't want to lose whatever little pathetic access that they have. They don't want to lose that. So they just played along in the playbook. And again, all documented. Other channels have documented too. We don't have to go through it. You guys have all seen it. You have seen the shills, you know. It's kind of comical at this point because it's just so blatant. But yeah, the eve of Mandalorian, the talk is Cara Dune, not the show, not what's gonna happen, not Baby Yoda, not Din, not Pedro Pascal, but Gina Carano. Keep shining bright, Gina. We got your back. We love you. We always have. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to check out everything in the description. There's a lot of cool things there. And don't forget to check out Achromatic Chronicles Blue. You can find it in the pinned comment or at the top of the description.